starts now.
Warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight. I say we warriors of the ultimate fight. Get in the ring for the ultimate fight.
Super body. He's gonna come put his body on somebody's body. But for the first time, it might be the guy with a better body than him.
Yeah, it's Kevin Greenwell, Mike, a guy that's spent countless hours inside the gym. The kid works hard. He gets in here and he fights the way he trains, Mike, and that is 100% every single time. Kevin Greenwell and Super Body, Mike, this is gonna be a great fight.
And ladies, it ain't gonna be bad to look at either. Welterweight, no bar, check it out.
All right, Kevin. I want to hear about the last time you stepped in the cage, man. What happened? And let us know how you prepared for tonight's fight.
I trained my ass off every time I get ready for a fight. Last guy, I don't think trained as hard as I did. A little mentally weak, tapped out prematurely. All I want is a tough fighter to stand with me toe-to-toe or just take to the ground and give the crowd what they want to see, and that's just two warriors going at it. And the combo backed out due to I don't know what reasons it was, but I just want to thank Greg for stepping up to the plate. Another tough fighter that, yeah, when I saw that he was blogging on there, ready to take the fight, I was excited that it was going to be a warrior stepping in there to do battle. So,
well, I'll tell you right now, Kevin, it takes a lot for a guy to say he doesn't want to fight the bums, and Greg Carpenter is no bum. You're getting here against a guy that's proven himself. Kevin, I want to know how you think this fight's going to end tomorrow. We know that you're working on your jiu-jitsu, your boxing, your wrestling. How do you think this thing's going to end, man? Give us a preview.
You know, I never predict the outcome of a fight, and my tool is to strike at the right time. I know his stand-up's going to be better than Locambio's. I've been training for a ground game with Locambio, keep it on the feet, but I think I need to keep that game plan, keep it on the feet. I think he's going to want to and just go out there and bang. It'll probably end up on the ground. It'll be all over the place. It's going to be a war.
Tell us, man, what motivated you for this fight?
Well, his last NHB opponent was the same one as mine, but he beat him a little bit quicker, so I'm going to have to try and prove that I made it look better. That's why it took longer.
No, Greg got right on. That's an answer I would expect out of Greg Carpenter. Hey, man, I want to know how this thing's going to end. I asked him. He said he wasn't going to do too much for predictions. I want to hear from you. How do you think this thing's going to end tomorrow night?
Well, as I said, I really don't know a lot about him except for he fought the guy I fought, basically beat him the exact same way I beat him, just in a quicker time. So I'm basically coming out to try and kick his ass before he can kick mine. So,
all right, right there. Best of luck to both these guys. Shake hands. See you tomorrow night at the Dixie Event Center.
Johnny, I've never felt fatter and older in all my life.
No kidding, Mike. You talked about it. Standing next to these two beautiful specimens.
These guys are beautiful men. Let's cut to the chase, man. I'm not gonna lie. These guys are beautiful men.
Well, Greg Superbody said he wanted to beat Kevin up because of the fact that he beat the same guy up faster. He's lying. I think Kevin Greenwell's maybe got a little bit better edge on being the better looking one.
Oh, well, I don't know, Johnny. I guess it's all a matter of taste. But boy, that kid's a good-looking kid, isn't he?
Yeah, they both are, Mike. They're fit. You see, they spend the time in the gym to perfect their physiques, but I wonder if they're working on a lot of that fight stuff that's going on.
I wonder if they have to work on their personalities at all.
Yeah.
Now you bring in the third man, the very gorgeous Dave Selyesaid. This is almost too much beautiful man for one man to take.
That's right. That is absolutely right. Ladies, I know you're having a good time during this
Ladies,
fight.
Enjoy yourselves. Just sit back and enjoy. Tell your husband you don't like fights, but in reality, you know you do.
You know you do.
A little nice tentative start from both these guys, showing a lot of great patience on both parts. Good technique from both of them, too, to get things started.
And you see Greg Carpenter rushing in there, Mike, pinning Kevin Greenwell against the fence there, doing a little foot stomp, and possibly looking to get Kevin to the mat so we can full mount him and pound him out.
I'm a little surprised at that strategy. I think that Greg Carpenter would want to stay up on his feet a little longer, and it seemed like he was more willing to engage in a clinch here, and I think that might not be a good strategy for him.
Well, no, Mike, now these guys are trading knees back and forth, and I'm not really sure if Kevin's composed, if he's glad that he's here, he's going to step out and throw some strikes.
Well, Kevin's a good wrestler. I think he's very good inside, and that's why I felt it might have been a little bit of a flawed strategy. Kevin, I think, is the better wrestler of the two, and you see right here he's dropping down and looking to secure those hips.
Yeah, Mike's lowering that level, really trying to sink this double leg takedown in, and Superbody doing his best to stop Mike, but with that cage there, it really makes it hard for him to sprawl backwards and get out of this thing.
Yeah, it looks like Greg is being a little tentative here, kind of maybe catching his breath a little bit, trying to work for underhooks. But you see right there, that's what all Kevin Greenwell was looking for, just looking for that opportunity, and that was a beautiful ankle pick.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Carpenter had all his pressure on that foot. He just grabbed the ankle and swept him right to his back, and now he winds up in the half guard.
And down you go. Greg Carpenter, very comfortable in this position, though. I've seen him fight off his back, and he's pretty good at it. Right now, he's got to be thinking about position. Don't give up mount while you're pressed up against the cage.
Oh, yeah, Mike, you talk about it. Greg is good. He fights in the cage all the time. That's where he does the majority of his practice is inside. Or training is inside of the cage. So this isn't new to him. He's going to be looking for something.
Looking to pull guard here, and just about got it. Didn't quite secure it, though.
Yeah, Mike, and he's throwing punches from underneath their knees, but Kevin right there with a nice elbow right to the side of the head of Greg Carpenter.
Beautifully timed as well, as Greg's face was right up against the cage there, and then he dropped a nice elbow on him. And you see Greg here looking for a key lock. But again, he's got to be thinking about position here, as he's really starting to get into, in my opinion, maybe a little worse position than he was before.
Oh yeah, Mike, you're right there. If Kevin can post up on this elbow on his hand and drop this elbow on the side of Greg's head, definitely see a cut, Mike, if he can continue to do that.
Well, he did secure a side mount here, and boy, Greg's using the cage nicely. But again, this is a fun match to watch for the purist. It's really a game of chess down there. Both these guys just making little teeny tiny adjustments that really have a big impact on what's going on. And right here, that's big, getting the back of Greg Carpenter.
Yeah, that is a big move, Mike. The Grenade can do a lot of things from here. Strike up underneath, hop up top, maybe throw his hooks in, possibly look for a choke. Greg's best thing is get on your feet, brother, turn around and stand up toe-to-toe with the Grenade once again.
Well, with 5 seconds left, it looks like we're going to see a second round. But boy, Kevin Greenwell finishing the round with a flurry, and that's got to carry a lot of momentum into the second round. Beautiful finish, nice patient setup, and really he did finish things nicely, Johnny Ritchie. As promised, we will have a round 2 when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, no, folks, this is not a Chippendales exhibition here. This is a fight with two beautifully tanned men touching gloves and stepping into a second round.
Mike, you ruined it for some people out there, Mike. That's exactly what they thought this was.
Well, I'm telling you what, the one in the middle had too many clothes on. But both these tanned behemoths are back in a position we saw toward the end of the round there, with Greg Carpenter on his back on the ground and Kevin Greenwell on top. I certainly saw Kevin Greenwell winning round 1, and I think Greg Carpenter's going to have to change his strategy just a bit if he's going to try to win this fight.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Mike. In the first round, Greg didn't have guard, but he has guard now. But Kevin Greenwell doing a pretty good job walking him right over to the cage, looking to place Greg right on that thing and just hammering down on him.
With these guys not knowing a whole lot about one another, I think Kevin Greenwell learned in the first round that he's the better wrestler, and so he didn't want to bother on being on their feet at all in round 2. Whereas in the first round, it seemed like he was willing to stand and trade with him. Now he's more content on taking him down to the mat.
Oh yeah, Mike, and right at the end of that first round, he landed a pretty big knee to the side of the head of Greg Carpenter that I almost thought might have knocked Greg a little loopy there, but Greg did make it out for the second round. And now Kevin looking to pass this guard, Mike.
Well, again, the small incremental victories that go on, I think you're seeing Greg Carpenter working to get that key lock. It's just not going to happen. Both times he's gone for it, he's lost position, and now Kevin Greenwell once again. Side mount, dropping little elbows here and there, and those things can cut you open, and they're not comfortable to be on the receiving end of.
No, Mike, it's not. And you can see that the Grenade has been keeping busy this whole time. And no matter what position he was in, whether he was in full mount or moved out to the side, he was keeping busy. And so was Greg, though. That's the fun thing about it. Greg is not just laying there. He's trying his best to pull the Grenade inside of his guard and stop him from mounting him and pounding him out.
Boy, those are solid body shots. The Grenade is landing there. You hear him just smacking on the side of Greg Carpenter like a side of beef there. He's not just petty caking down there.
No, absolutely not. And once again, Kevin Greenwell doing a pretty good job of using the cage. Gets him right over into his corner so we can listen to what old Coach Horn has to tell him as far as stepping out to the side and throwing those elbows, Mike.
And Greg Carpenter is thinking about his next tanning appointment.
His next eyebrow laser treatment, Mike, is what he's thinking about
the
here.
Hollywood Body Laser Center.
Well, either way, this has been a great fight, Mike. There's been a lot of action, but Kevin Greenwell's controlled Super Body most of this round, well, all of the round actually, throwing punches here and there, dropping little elbows, trying to get in a better position, but Greg doing a nice job of pulling him inside of his guard.
I think it's kind of interesting. You look at the corner of Kevin Greenwell, and you got Mark Balzer, who's a gym owner, and you got Jeremy Horn, who's a gym owner. They both kind of come together to coach Kevin Greenwell. Kevin's from down in the area where Mark Balzer's gym is, and it's kind of interesting to see these guys are able to work together and help try to coach him to victory.
Well, Mike, they're doing a pretty good job so far. Kevin Greenwell.
If only countries could act like that.
Yeah, Mike, boy, we'd be in a lot safer place. We'd be a lot better off.
Most certainly would be, and that's going to draw to a conclusion. Round 2 of 3, and really, Greg Carpenter finds himself way down on the scoring. I could only imagine that all the judges have Kevin Greenwell up 2 rounds to nothing at this point.
Yeah, so I think you're right, Mike. So I think Greg knows he's going to have to come out to win it, and you can hear his corner right there saying, you got to get out there. You got to win this thing. You got to look for a knockout.
That's what Greg needs to do there is fight on his feet. And right there, and once again, I think Kevin has realized that's his only shot of losing, and he basically football tackled him down and brought him right over to his corner once again.
Yeah, brought him right over to his corner. I imagine we're going to see a whole lot of what we saw in that first round, unless Greg can do this. If Greg can isolate that arm there, Mike, we might see a triangle choke out of this thing or some kind of submission.
Well, he hasn't been successful at it so far, and I think the body strength that Kevin Greenwell has, that is really going to make that next to impossible for Greg to try to pull that off from there. He just possesses too much strength, and he sits in his guard really low and doesn't put himself in a position that is really in any jeopardy.
Yeah, he doesn't get extended too often, and even though Greg did have that one arm, he was really working for that isolation. Kevin did a pretty good job of just muscling out of it and doing a little ground and pound from the guard, just like he did the previous 2 rounds. And
yeah, grabbing Kevin's arm is like grabbing someone else's leg. You know, it's not going very far. Dave Selye said enough of the man loving. Let's get him up back on your feet. And I thought that was a nice call, nice kick there by Greg Carpenter.
Yeah, right there. But once again, Kevin Greenwell knows what he has to do to win this thing, and that's get Carpenter right back to the mat. He could probably stall this round out, Mike, to win this thing.
Yeah, but I really like that was a huge knee that just rocked Greg Carpenter.
Yeah, huge knee there, Mike.
I was about to say, I like the adjustment that Greg made. He anticipated the shot and sprawled out and made it tough for Kevin to get the takedown, but boy, Kevin got the takedown in a completely different way, and that was just a huge knee on the chin of Greg Carpenter.
Yeah, Greg Carpenter wasn't too shy to go to his back after that knee there, Mike. He said, you know what, I'll flop down for you here because, yeah, that thing did land solid. And now you see Kevin really working to get this full mount. But Body hasn't given up yet, Mike. He's going to continue to fight.
The Body was wishing he was in someone else's body for a minute there, man. That thing hurt. You're right. I think Kevin Greenwell can stall this victory out at this point. He's got position, and he just possesses the strength and the physicality to do that, I think.
Yeah. Well, Greg, like we said, Greg's not giving up. He's continuing to try. He's trying to get him inside of his guard once again. But Kevin isn't going that easy, Mike. He's going to make this thing difficult.
I just want to put it on the record. We're not man-crushing either one of these guys. We're just jealous.
That's right. Oh, without a doubt.
We're just jealous, folks.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Boy, there was a day when I...
There wasn't for me, Mike.
It never was.
Never was.
Well, you know, folks, I think the writing's on the wall in this one here. I don't think Kevin Greenwell really has to do a whole lot more to win this fight. You see Dave Selye said trying to encourage them to fight, but, you know, it was a tough fought victory, or a tough fought match. Greg Carpenter willing to step in here when somebody else pulled out of this fight at the last minute. You got to give him a lot of credit for that. And he came up, gave a nice showing here against a very tough Kevin Greenwell.
You're right, Mike. You're absolutely correct about that. Greg Carpenter stepping up and doing something not a lot of people do. Greg's always ready to fight. Maybe not as ready as he should be going up against a Grenade. But Kevin executed his game plan exactly what he needed to do, and you're right, he's going to pull out the victory on this one.
Well, two true gentlemen of the sport, too. These guys are such great representatives of mixed martial arts and the ultimate combat experience. It's nice to see Kevin Greenwell come out with a victory, but it was also nice to see Greg make a good showing tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Mike. I know neither one of these guys are done. We're going to see these guys a whole lot in the near future. Congratulations to Kevin, and don't hang your head, Greg.
This post-fight interview sponsored by Beehive Bell Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Super buddy. Man, oh man, buddy. Kevin the Grenade Greenwell, that's a tough kid right there. And you got in here tonight, and you were looking good. I know that you took this fight, and I know it was something that you stepped up to do, Greg. You weren't really expecting it, but you're the kind of guy that you know you're going to be fighting sometime soon, and it would just happen to be tonight. And man, Kevin Greenwell, though, tell me how tough that kid is.
He's a tough kid. Usually I can intimidate someone with my persona. You know, they usually don't want to touch me at all, but he was game. I think he was even copping a feel while we were down there, so kind of threw me off my game plan.
Greg, I think you're full of crap, my friend. Kevin Greenwell came into this thing with the zone. And Super Body, man, I know you just love the sport. You love to be a part of it. You always have fun when you fight. You're a crowd pleaser. You try to make everyone walk out of this thing with at least a smile on their face. But Greg, don't hang your head, man. That's a tough kid, and a loss is a loss is a loss. Come back and do it again.
Yeah, well, I wanted to thank my wife and son for coming. It's Father's Day tomorrow, and I couldn't think of anything better than them being ringside with me tonight. They give me the motivation to get in here and do what I do. And wanted to also thank my sponsor, A-Quality Title Loans. Are right off 1300 South State. If you need a title loan, go check them out. Thanks.
All right, Greg, tonight you were good, brother, but just not good enough. Thanks so much for being a part of the experience, and I know we're going to see you very, very soon.
Yeah, thanks, Johnny.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by the United States Army. Be Army strong. Log on to goarmy.com.
Kevin Greenwell, you prepared for months to fight Harold DeCambio down here, and at the last minute, Harold decided not to fight, and Greg stepped up and took a fight at the last minute, so you weren't left hanging, man. I mean, you got to give it up for that kid.
Oh, hell yeah. I told you from the get-go when he called me up. He usually has some pretty talking interviews, pardon my French, but yeah, I always wanted to fight him, but, stud for stepping up. Hats off to him. The utmost respect. I had people coming from, my dad drove down all the way from Colorado yesterday. Just want to say happy Father's Day. Hope this is the good Father's Day present. And my buddies drove from Arizona all the way from up in Provo. They're all here. They're my #1 fans. I love you guys all. I just want to give a plug into the Pat Tillman Foundation again. If you don't know anything about Pat Tillman, check the story out and check his foundation out. I'm donating all the money from this fight to the Primary Children's Hospital cancer ward up there. Because those kids are the ones fighting the real battles. It's all just show, man.
I got to tell you, Kevin, I'm sure your father couldn't be prouder, and that is a very great Father's Day present to be such a fine representation of him. Great job tonight. I just want to give you big ups. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you for the show. I just want to give appreciation to the Athletic Commission. I know this is it's coming close to the end for those guys, and you guys have done a hell of a thing for the sport. This is whole ultimate combat experience. Yeah, you guys, love you all.
I second those sentiments. Thanks.
I thought of something funny else to say. I know I filled in for Harold tonight. I just didn't know I was going to fight like him too. Stay in the guard the whole time, but oh well.
What about old Rhett McQuiston here ringside, man? He's out his last time here at the UCE representing the Pete Suazo Athletic Commission. Mike, big ups. Good to see him here.
Oh, it is, Mike. It's great. The Athletic Commission has been such a vital part to the sport of MMA growing. Mike, we're kind of the wheels that drive the bus, but those guys are the passengers. They really help us move this thing along. And right there, Kevin Greenwell, you heard him say, hey, man, I'm donating. That guy, he deserves a flipping merit badge, man. The guy's such a stud.
That's a classy kid. I mean, he's just, people think about MMAers as a bunch of knuckle-dragging dirtbags, but you're not going to find more class people on the face of the earth than what I've seen in this show tonight.
Oh, without a doubt, Mike. And that says a lot. MMA is growing. It's the fastest growing sport for a reason. You got guys from all different walks of life that step inside this cage and prove what they've got. So, Kevin Greenwell, you get the win. Greg Carpenter, I know your body will be on top of somebody very soon. So, no worries.
Man, we got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. Got a couple big guys coming out here, Johnny Rich. There's going to be a lot of leather being slung out here. Who are these two?
Well, Mike, you got Sean O'Connell. Man, undefeated, Mike, inside the cage. The kid gets in here and he just lays the leather. 2 big knockouts in 2 of his past fights. But he's going up against a guy that we know and love, and that's Eric Big E Wenzel, coming all the way from Rock Springs to get in here and knock Sean O'Connell his first loss.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Heavyweight no hold bar. Check it out.
All right, Sean, let's start the crunch off with you, man. Dominant performances the last couple times you fought. You got in there and knocked off a guy that was going to be, we thought would be the reigning champion. You knocked him out and knocked him out good. Tell us, man, how did you prepare after that fight, mentally and physically, to get ready for the finals tomorrow night at the Dixie Event Center?
After that fight, I kept training with my mother-in-law. I've been working hard. Me and my buddies been rolling around, been training with bigger guys, trying to get stronger, trying to get my cardio up. Just keep improving. Kenneth was a tough guy. Thought that was going to be a tough fight. Went well for me, and I want to keep going on that same tack.
Tell the people at home, how do you think this fight's going to go with Eric, man? Is it going to be a war? Is it going to be stand? How do you think this thing's going to go?
Well, I see this fight staying up on the feet. I'd be surprised if it lasted past the first round. One of us is going to be sleeping, and I'm not tired, so it's not going to be me.
All right, right there. I'm going to leave it at that. Sean, I'm going to turn the questions over to Big E, Eric Wenzel. Big E, you've been away for a little while, but every time you come back, you always put on a great performance with Ultimate Combat Experience. Always glad to have you. Big E, you're stepping in there tomorrow against Sean O'Connell. I want to know from you, how do you think tomorrow night's fight's going to go? How did you prepare to get in the cage against this guy?
I kind of took the fight on a last-minute deal, so there wasn't much preparation for Sean. But I've seen his fight with Del Rio, man. The kid can throw. He's athletic. He can move. I would like to say that we've had the possibility to be the fight of the night, but I mean, look at these guys, Barrington, the Butcher. I mean, there's a lot of guys in here that can throw, but we're going to get out there and try to match them.
All right, Big E, always looking to put on a show for the crowd. Tell us, man, how's this fight going to end tomorrow?
Man, I don't know. We're going to stand up and throw. I mean, that's my game. I'm going to stand up and throw, but I'm not going to play a stupid game either, man. If I have to go to the ground to get the W, I will.
All right, you heard it right there. Both these super heavyweights mixing it up tomorrow inside the cage. Shake hands. Best of luck to both these guys.
Two of the coolest cats in mixed martial arts, no doubt about it. Both Sean O'Connell and Big E, Eric Wenzel, great guys. Eric actually drugged the cage down here all the way to St. George for us, just out of the goodness of his heart.
That's the kind of guy Eric is. You call him at any time. You heard him stepping in here as a fill-in, Mike, but Eric's a big fill-in. He'll get in here and he'll do it anytime and put on a hell of a show for us.
And he can be a dangerous fill-in. He's got some bombs he can launch at you, no doubt about it. But speaking of bombs, Sean O'Connell, man, where did this guy come from? He was bothering me for months saying, hey, man, I want to fight. And I was like, hey, man, you want to fight? He was a bouncer at one of the bars we did our weigh-ins at. And I kept kind of putting him off, and finally we got him in, and he's been destroying people ever since.
Mike, I wouldn't say a bouncer. I'd say the bouncer. It doesn't get any tougher than Sean O'Connell. The guy's got a lot of street cred. People know him. He's a nice guy until he doesn't have to be, Mike, and then it's lights out for him.
It's funny. He's even a nice guy when he doesn't have to be. He'll hit you with a smile on his face. He's a good guy, and he's funny as could be. But wow, you see right there, Big E coming up with a big throw.
Nice takedown, Big E. This is where you don't want Big E to be, is right on top of you here. That's a whole lot of man, and if he can, especially if he can step over and get full mount, Big E's ended a lot of fights in this way.
That's how you deal with an aggressive fighter. If he's coming at you, a little lateral drop right there like that, beautifully timed, man. Big E showing some good stuff right here, and really he's handling himself on top pretty well too. Now has the back of Sean O'Connell.
Oh, this is bad news for Sean O'Connell here, Mike. Oh, but Sean O'Connell, the powerhouse that he is.
How quickly things can change, man. What a powerhouse. Stood right up and then cracked old Big E with that big right hand he's become famous for.
Talked about that's how you take on an aggressive fighter. I don't think he gets much more aggressive than Sean O'Connell. He's been throwing punches since he stood up, and he's landed quite a few on the side of Eric Wenzel's face. Now he has the back thrown in a hook. This could be over for Eric Big E Wenzel.
Well, I don't know. Looks like Sean might be a little bit high. I'm not sure Big E realizes that if he just popped his hips up. Well, he's waited a little too long. Now Sean O'Connell's got his hooks in.
Yeah, he's not gonna be looking too much for a submission here, Mike. Sean O'Connell's gonna pound you out, soften you up until you hand him a submission.
Well, that is a submission to him. He beats you until you tap. He's not gonna try to squeeze. Well, he's gonna try to squeeze a little bit too.
There he goes. Just as we say no.
Oh man, Big E, your face is looking a little purple there, buddy.
That's it. That's the fight. The real OC. versus Big E. Real OC pulls off another victory, flawless inside the cage.
Johnny, he's really done me some damage here because I need Big E to pull the trailer back, and now it's both his eyes are blackened.
Yeah, how's he gonna see on the way home? But you see, Big E, he's the type of kid, Mike, he's gonna go out and have a cheeseburger and a beer after this, and he's gonna be $1 million.
I hope he doesn't put the cheeseburger on his eye instead of the beer, but yeah, you just never know after you've been hit in the head by Sean O'Connell. Wow, big, very impressive performance once again.
Yeah, absolutely. Real OC flawless inside the cage. Big E! You know we love you, man. Thanks for hauling down that cage. This post-fight interview is brought to you by Hollywood Body Laser Centers, the best in laser hair removal. Give them a call for a free consultation, 563-1177.
Big E, you're the kind of fighter that we can always count on to step up and take the big fights, man. Sean O'Connell, his opponent dropped out. Big E said, you know what, man, I'll step up. I'll take this fight. That's the kind of cat I am, and I want to tell you, Eric, we're real proud of you, man. You get in here, you had a really nice throw. But Sean O'Connell, man, the kid is just a workhorse, and he got in dominant position, and he laid down the punches, and then he gets the choke. I want to know, Big E, I know you're upset. It's very visible that you're not very happy, man, and you know that we love you at the UCE, and we're always going to be here for you, whatever you need from us. But what's next for you, man? How you feeling right now?
Man, I'm just bummed, man. I came out, I thought this was a fight I really had. I knew Sean was a tough kid. He's been beating everybody lately. Slipped his first left. I knew it was coming. Caught him with the body shot. We clinched. I had a nice throw. Total control of the fight. Side mount. Man, my corner was right there working me. I heard him the whole way. I kind of rushed past him, got caught in half guard. I should have just waited, kept my position. Wanted to get on top of him and just drop bombs. It didn't work, man. I got caught in his half guard. He slipped out. And
hey, no, Eric, that's exactly, you know, I like the way you've gone through this. You've analyzed it already in your head. You knew exactly what was going on in there, and it wasn't like, you know, you just got in there and got your butt kicked. I mean, you made a mistake, and at this level, a small mistake can cost you a loss. That happened tonight, Eric, but you know we love you, man. We want you to come back and do this again, put a little ice on that. We'll go out, and I don't think it's anything a beer can't solve. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, man, we love you. Thanks for being a part of the experience, bro. Tonight you were good, but not good enough. Who do you need to thank out there?
I just want to thank Sean, man. Come on, guys, let's hear it for Sean. He's a stud. He's a newcomer to the game. He's been beating everybody, man. He reminds me a lot of myself. A lot of you guys that don't know me, I live in Wyoming. I train in the bottom of a car dealership, man. Sean's doing the same thing, training with a couple of his buddies. He's a stud, man.
Hey, Eric, I like that right there. Very well spoken. And Big E, I can't wait to see you again, man. Thanks for being a part of it, bro.
Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, everyone, for coming out.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by Skull Candy. For all the hottest gear for your MP3 player, log on to skullcandy.com.
Starting to make a habit out of this, brother.
Yeah, I like doing it. Hopefully it becomes a habit for years and years and years.
You said something good to me yesterday. When are you going to find me some jerks to fight? You keep lining me up with nice guys, and we both realize there's no short supply of jerks out there. We just got to find you one to get in here with.
Yeah, you know, I want to thank Eric for coming down, making the long trip from Wyoming, taking the fight on short notice. He's obviously a tough guy. Tonight it went my way. He's a great fighter. You know, I really, really appreciate him coming down and taking this fight.
Telling you what, though, Sean O'Connell, big things in your future, brother. Everybody I've talked to, you've got a bright future in this game.
You know, I really hope so. I love it. It's football is my whole life, and now I forgot all about it. This thing is better, 10 times better than anything I ever felt on a football field. I belong in the cage.
Well, just keep having fun with it. Don't get all caught up in the mess. Keep having fun because you're doing a great job. Great job tonight. Congratulations.
Thanks. Can I thank a couple people? My sponsors, Lumpy's downtown as usual. Anyone up in Salt Lake, go to Lumpy's. It's a great place. My family for coming down and friends for supporting me. I want to thank my wife, my mother-in-law for helping me train once again. And I want to thank Eric for taking the fight. Everyone who's helped me out, the strength coaches at the University of Utah. A lot of people go into this, and I really want to thank them all.
Right on, brother. Great job tonight.
Thanks, Mike.
John, he's articulate, he's well-spoken, he's just a bruiser. The kid, man, could take this as far as he wants to go with it.
Well, total package, Mike. Sean O'Connell, Mike, once again, gets in here and beats his opponent soundly. And Big E is no joke. He's no pushover. I mean, Big E's fought some of the toughest guys in this sport and was once considered, and I think Amaya is still one of UCE's finest.
I think the folks in St. George here might have seen a bit of history in the making because I think Sean O'Connell really could be that good. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. It's your main event, Johnny Ritchie, and on a night where we've had nothing but great fights. It's been a long night because the fights have been so good, but we got two giants coming out here, and deservedly so. They're in your main event tonight. Who are they?
Oh my God, the super duper heavyweights. You got Sika the Destroyer Ripley representing Team Elite versus Ty Party Boy Lee representing all the partiers across the USA, Mike.
God bless him. Super heavyweight, no holds barred. Check it out.
Shout out to Cruzell with you, man. Finally, we get you a bout against a guy that's a tough kid. This guy's no bum. But you get in here, Sika, in the super heavyweight competition. I want to know what you've been doing day to day to make sure that when the call does come, you can step inside the cage and get yourself a victory.
I've just been trying to get my fat butt so I can make weight and beating people up.
Sika, beating people up and making weight, those seem to be the things that you're good at. But Sika, I want to know, how do you think this fight's going to end tomorrow, man? This is your main event. I want to hear how you think you're walking out of this cage tomorrow.
Well, I really want to thank Ty Lee for taking the fight, and I want to help him out by letting him make the highlight reel, either by a real fast knockout or flying armbar.
All right, you heard it right there, Ty. Sika's predicting either A, a flying armbar, or B, a big solid knockout. I want to hear from Ty Lee. What did you have to do to make sure that when you get in this cage tomorrow night, you're going to walk out of this thing with the victory?
You know what? I've been running. I've been training harder than I've ever trained, and honestly, I'm just ready to go, dude. It doesn't matter what way it goes. Somebody's getting hurt one way or another, and I don't care who.
All right, Ty Lee, with that being said, man, I want to know, how's this thing going to end tomorrow? How do you think we're going to walk out of this, out of the Dixie Event Center with the final fight of the night? What's going to happen?
It's going to end with me winning, and I don't give a shit if we're both hurt, but I'm winning.
All right, right there, this is your main event, super heavyweight, Sika Ripley versus Ty Lee. Shake hands, guys. Best of luck to both of you guys in tomorrow night's competition.
This one's going to be a lot of fun, Johnny Ritchie. There's a lot of beef stepping inside the cage here, no doubt about it.
Oh, yeah, Mike, and you heard Sika say he wants to put Ty Lee on the highlight reel, and that really didn't sit well with Ty. I think the more that it registered in his head what that meant, he's been angry about it ever since.
Well, I think he's going to make the highlight reel strictly by the John Stockton shorts he's wearing.
Well, Mike, hey, if you're that big, who's going to tell you not to? You know what I mean?
I'm going to. Those look ridiculous. Sika Ripley, on the other hand, comes in a very stylish camo shorts tonight at 6'1", 264 pounds, which means he's 1 pound under the weight limit.
1 pound under the weight limit, Mike. I'm glad this is not a fashion show where we know who'd be taking away the prize tonight.
I don't know. Ty Lee's got some pretty sporty sideburns.
Yeah, you got those chops.
Kind of makes up for the John Stockton shorts.
I like him. You know, whatever. However, let's get it.
Whatever works, man. Whatever works. This is a fist fight, not a fashion show. No doubt about it. As you mentioned, right here you see Ty Lee comes out with fists a flailing, but this is what Sika does.
Yeah.
Nice takedown, takes him down to the ground, and boy, how many times have we seen this with Jeremy's guys dropping him right in the corner, right in front of him?
Right in the corner, right in front of him. This could be bad for Ty Lee. You see him there. He's squeezing. If Sika can get his head out of one of his arms, Mike, this could be a bad spot for Ty Lee, just because of the fact that he is in his corner, he is using the fence.
Without a doubt.
He can free one of those elbows, it could be over.
We've seen Sika Ripley do damage to people from this position here. He's got a lot of weight that'll keep you down on the ground. It's hard to get out from underneath him, and then he is relentless in his approach when he starts dropping bombs.
And you see right here, Mike did a nice transition. Now he's going to look forward to dropping that. He's got the one arm pinned across the face of Ty Lee, and he's going to be looking forward to dropping elbows and fists right here. Yeah, bad spot. Ty's really going to have to scramble to get out of this.
Well, you know, he's going to have to scramble. He's doing a pretty good job of defending, though, keeping his hands in the right place, anticipating where these shots are coming from. And he hasn't taken one flush just yet, but you see here, nice work there, getting out from underneath of Sika Ripley. We haven't seen that happen before.
Yeah, Mike, that's not an easy thing to do when you got that much of a man on top of you. But Ty Lee's a big, strong powerhouse himself, and gets to his feet. Oh, and then
how pretty was that?
Pulls out the takedown. Now Sika's on his back.
That was a beautiful takedown, and I think Sika Ripley is the most shocked person in the room.
Oh,
where did that come from?
And those hurt right there. That's not very. You see Ty Lee just grinding his forearm into the face of Sika, and then when he gets a little bit of separation, drops that elbow there, and Sika's.
Yeah, that's not very gentlemanly, is it?
Yeah, it's not, and it sucks and it hurts.
It hurts bad. And we talked about Sika having good, being able to use his body and use his weight very well. You see Ty Lee, wow.
No!
Wow, Sika Ripley pulling out an attempt at ankle lock here.
Yeah, Mike, this could be bad for Tai Lee. Sika did a really nice job. He thought he was going to pull out the reversal, and he switched it right over. Now he's looking for this leg lock.
I recognize that move. Justin Ellison taught that to me. He's been training over there with Sika, and I recognize exactly how he set that thing up. It was nicely done. And Tai Lee's in a lot of trouble right now.
Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble here. He's isolating that heel. Oh! But it looks like he's going to set up and punch his way through it. Wow.
That is one of the pitfalls of going after leg locks. It leaves you in a very bad position. And look at Tai Lee rain down the bombs.
Oh, here they go, Mike. Big shot. Sika's doing a pretty good job of stopping him. But right there, those ones are the ones that count. And he landed 3 or 4 shots from the side there.
Non-stop.
Yeah, Tai Lee's got his motors on full speed here, Mike. And he's throwing punches from every single position. Wow.
Hey, he did mention that he'd been running a lot and he felt like he'd trained and conditioned himself really well for this fight, and that so far, in my opinion, has been the key, where I think Sika has taken a couple of breathers here and there. Tai Lee has not, and he's been nonstop, relentless in his approach. You see with 1 second left, he's still pounding away to the body.
Yeah, Mike, and he's got a little bit of blood on those gloves, and I think it's coming off the face of Sika Ripley.
Oh,
Looks
man.
like he may give him a little... Well, just a little blood coming out of the nose there, maybe a little cut on the forehead.
Never seen Sika Ripley's face look like that before.
Oh, ever. Well, I don't even think that we've seen Sika going past the first round.
Well,
so there you go.
We've seen him go against Big Jom Jom.
Oh, that's right.
Lose a couple fights, but Jom Jom even didn't do that to the face of Sika Ripley that Tai Lee's been able to do.
Wow, well, that just shows us that Tai Lee's active. He's looking for punches. He's not so much looking for a submission as he is just a good old-fashioned ass whipping, Mike.
Well, get your ass whipped by a guy in John Stockton shorts can't feel very good.
And Sika landed a pretty good shot right there. Now Tai Lee steps inside. He's got an over-under, looking to get into a better spot here, Mike. They're locked up like a couple bulls.
Tai Lee's a big kid. I didn't realize he was this big. I thought he was a little smaller in the weight class, but boy, he looks every bit as big and every bit as strong as Sika Ripley, but he's just like more active.
Yeah, he's landed 3 or 4 big shots underneath. He landed a big knee. Oh, and another big right. Now he's... This could be bad for Sika.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, he dropped him with one of those right hands. Sika Ripley's knees just buckled, and boy, he's just taking a barrage of punches now.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah.
Look at the little kid in the first row there. He didn't even want to watch it.
He's like, I ain't watching.
It's too much right there, seeing Big Sika get beat up on.
Yeah, and this is exactly what Tai Lee did in the last few seconds of that first round. He had a nice position. He threw big elbows and big punches. Any separation in any space that he didn't have, he took advantage of, and made Sika pay for it.
Boy, wow, very impressive. Sika doing a good job of getting up, and look how bloody he is. He's a bloody mess underneath there.
Yeah, Mike.
Dave Selistad's got a great ass. I got to say that too.
Yeah,
right
no doubt about that. Dave out of the way, buddy. But yeah, well, maybe that's a good thing. Who knows what's going on with Sika's face, whether it's a cut or just a bloody nose. I imagine it's just a bloody nose, what it looked like in the first round.
You heard of a triple chin. What about a triple neck?
1, 2,
there were at
3.
least 3 there, Johnny, at least.
And you see the athletic commission member sitting ringside going, we got to get that blood up, make sure the cage crew is ready to go in here, Mike. Get this thing all squirted and washed out.
See the athletic commissioner's wife shielding her eyes. She doesn't want to watch this.
Oh, Rhett McQuiston over there smiling ear to ear.
He's having a good time. His wife covering up her eyes. Ladies, if you're not enjoying it right now, you can rewind it and watch Superbody and Kevin Greenwell later.
In the mix-up. But yeah, it looks just like a bloody nose that Sika has, Mike, and that thing's bleeding a lot. Head wounds do bleed a lot. Sika's going to be okay. We're going to get the blood wiped up in between the rounds, and we'll be ready to go.
Keep in mind, folks, he's got a huge nose. So when it bleeds, there's going to be a lot of blood.
He's a big guy. Big guy, the big head, the big nose.
Absolutely. That's a big tomato right there.
And Tai Lee just keeps making sauce out of it, Mike, by smashing
He is making tomato sauce. I'll tell you what, those shots are landing, and Dave Sellies got to be thinking about putting an end to the madness here. I think if Tai Lee would sit up and just lay a barrage out there, he'd have to stop it. But at what point do you stop it for these rabbit punches that are just connecting time and time again?
And all Sika's really trying to do is just cover up, but man, Tai Lee underneath there is landing those shots from underneath his armpit over the top. He's really switching it up. And
somebody throw in the towel. I'll be honest with you, I'm not enjoying this fight.
Yeah, Mike, golly, there's a lot of... But maybe Dave's asked him, and Sika said no. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Sika's a big, strong,
at some point, you got to step in and protect the guy from himself. If he's saying no, man, he's just taking a beating there. Boy, round 2 was, to me, that was not fun to watch.
Well, Sika does have a lot of blood on his face, Mike, and we're pretty sure we'll get a rag on that thing. And there you go, just like that. It's all good.
Get it wiped up in round 3 when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, boy, folks, you probably are thanking your lucky stars because we saw one of the worst beatings we've seen in the Ultimate Combat Experience. And you can see right there, Sika Ripley is done. He tried to throw a kick there and then just couldn't throw a kick. Tried to throw a throw there and just basically threw Ty Lee up on top of himself. This is not a pretty fight, folks. Sika Ripley has really been taking a beating here tonight.
Yeah, Ty Lee was in a position, and for about 2 minutes, Mike, he did nothing but throw solid punches to Sika from underneath his arm, from over the top, and Sika's face has paid the price. He does have a cut lip. He was bleeding out of his nose. He's got lumps and welts all over, but Sika's heart, Mike, he's not going to give up. He's not just going to throw the towel in. He's not going to stop. I think his corner was asking him about that in between the rounds, and he said, I'm going out. I'm doing it.
Well, he's a warrior. There's no doubt about it. But this isn't a Rocky movie, and it's just not enjoyable for me to see one guy just beat up on another. I like seeing good athletic competition, and frankly, this has just been a one-sided affair. Ty Lee really showing dominance over Sika Ripley tonight, and I've never seen a fighter be more dominated with the fight still going.
Yeah, well, now Ty Lee's in full mount, Mike. I mean, at this point, come on, it's probably a good time to stop it. He is eating big, heavy, hard shots to the side of the head. Now underneath.
Well, he's not even defending anymore. He's just got his hands up, and Dave Sully said finally steps in, and if you ask me, it's about a round too late there. Party Boy still got enough energy to celebrate with a little
some sort of a dance there. The shuffle.
Something like that. Boy, my heart goes out to this guy. Sika Ripley's been such a great representative of our show, and boy, almost an ambassador for that heavyweight division. And really, nobody would fight him for a long time. Party Boy steps up and made it look easy.
Yeah, congratulations, Ty Lee. But Sika Ripley, come on, man, come back and do this and put a bag of ice on that face.
He'll
and
be
come back.
I know that kid. He'll be back.
This post-fight interview is brought to you by Skull Candy. For all the hottest gear for your MP3 player, log on to skullcandy.com.
Sika, man, you fought. That's a tough kid right there, man, and you got in here with him. You guys mixed it up, Sika. I know you've been training hard, working hard to make sure you get a win, and you and Ty Lee went at it tonight, man. And you're feeling a little beat up, looking a little bruised. Tell me, man, what was the change in this fight?
Ty came prepared, and I wasn't prepared, so my hat's off to Ty for being able to go the whole term, and just got to get back in the gym, get ready.
Sika, that's what I love about you guys, man. You guys train hard, you fight hard, and you play even harder, man. But you're in here, and it's this was the main event for a reason. Two big guys that are well trained, tough. We knew it was going to be a war, whether it was on the ground or on your feet. You both traded some shots, but it looks like Ty Lee landed just a couple more tonight.
Yeah, if you can't tell, because I was already so ugly. But no, he just dropping the bombs, and I just wasn't able to answer, and so hats off to Ty Lee.
Hey, I want to tell you right now, Sika, it's always a pleasure to have you in here, man. It's hard to find you fights, brother, because of the caliber of fighter you are, but we'll continue to search and look high and low for opponents for Sika Ripley. Tonight, brother, you were good, but just not good enough. Is there anyone you need to thank tonight?
I need to thank Jeremy Horn and Elite Performance. Come stop by our gym. Also, shieldzone.com. Stop by, get some for your iPods and whatnot. And then also, I'd like to thank Bike Sellers up in, I think it's Ogden. There, yeah. Where? Layton. Bike Sellers up in Layton.
All right there, Sika. Thanks a lot, brother. Hopefully we'll see you very, very soon. Thank you.
Okay, thanks.
Log on to crocs.com to check out all in their newest footwear.
Party Boy hadn't had a beer since Wednesday. He's ready for one.
It's good. It's a good feeling. I'm ready to go hang out in Mesquite, get partying.
I got to tell you, man, that was just a very impressive performance because Sika Ripley has been so dominant for so long, but that was just a very dominant performance by yourself tonight. What got you going, man? What made that so impressive tonight?
You know, every day my brother would run and he'd be like, Sika's going to be out running 2 miles right now. So then he'd make me run 2.5 miles and bust my ass just like he did when I was a little kid. And I got to thank my brother and just being in shape, you know, and being down here.
And having a formidable opponent made you work harder. I knew you had to be ready for this and bring your A game, and you certainly did that tonight.
Oh, yeah. You know, I thought about that every day. I was like, you know, this kid, the last 3 fights I've had, you know, have been, you know, either way. You could say, you know, one day one was good. You know, you didn't really know. Sika, I knew he was going to be a good opponent. I knew he was going to be ready to go. So that made me want to bust my ass and get in the gym and get on those running shoes and get after it.
I'm telling you, though, you're the champ now, baby. You're the champ. You've beaten them all. What's next for you?
You know, whatever comes my way, man.
Like a nice cold beer.
10-4.
All right, man. Great job. Congratulations.
Hey, I need to thank my sponsors, Kephart Electric. I need to thank Traded Development, and I need to thank a couple others. I need to thank Ferrer Excavating, and I think that's about it. And also the Ultimate Combat Experience.
Right on, brother. You are the Ultimate Combat Experience tonight. Great job.
Thanks, bud.
Johnny, I don't know how we keep outdoing ourselves in these finals events because they just keep getting better and better.
Well, Mike, a little bit of everything on the card tonight, Mike. Knockouts, submissions, tap-outs, 3-round wars. That's what NHB and mixed martial arts is all about, man. These guys get in here and really doing it for the cause. Everybody, man, it was just a great night tonight, Mike. I'm speechless. I'm almost speechless.
The people of St. George were kind of spoiled tonight. For $20, you got your money's worth. And if you snuck in, you cheated us.
Yeah, you cheated us, but well, Mike, we know there's going to be more fights to come. We got bigger and better. Well, I wouldn't say better, but we got big things in the works for UCE. Ultimate Combat Experience is going to new places and new heights, Mike, and it's because of shows like this, fights like this, really make that little something extra.
You hit the nail on the head right there, brother. There really are some big things on the horizon, and I think I'm really excited about what we're going to be able to do shortly here for some of these fighters because they've earned it.
Mike, they have earned it. They've stepped up to the plate just like tonight. You wish you could have gave every one of these guys $1 million because they fought so hard and laid it on the line. And wow, our hats off to you guys. Continue to do what you do. We couldn't do it without you. Fighters keep fighting. Fans keep loving it.
Johnny, this was the real, fighters were dragging the cage down. They were helping us. As a group, as an organization, I really think we grew closer together for this show. We went on the road, and I just want to, as you said, thank all the fighters that really were such a big part in making this show go off.
Well, Mike, without a doubt, the thing that separates us from these other MMA shows is this is a family. These guys, they work together, they train together, we play together. We know these guys intimately. A lot of these guys are our friends, guys we call, and really without these guys stepping up and being this way, we wouldn't have as much fun.
It's time to go play right now. We're done the work, we're done the fighting. Let's go do some playing. Johnny Ritchie, thank you so much. Another great round, the Crush crew. Thank you for tuning in. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience. We'll see you next week.